I got quite a few items from the new Catrice Festive Treasures collection. We have a face and eye palette, we have serum blushes, a super creamy teal eyeliner, and 2 glowy lipsticks in this video, so let's get into it. I just have to start out by saying that I'm very excited about this collection. I feel like the packaging, the vibes are just amazing, and also the fact that we have 3 different colors of blushes. Like, there's so much to be excited about in this collection, and I think I'm just gonna start out with cheek swatching the serum blushes for you. Let me tell you what we have, what shades we have. So first up we have the Catrice blush drops in Merry Mauve. This is C01 and this is a cooler tone pink. These you have to shake really well, and I totally understand it because they are like very serum-like, very thin. And also in the swatches you will see that these are super liquidy. They are just very thin, watery. They have a dropper. I don't think I've tried a formula like this from Catrice, and this just looks very intriguing. I can't wait to actually try this out on the cheeks. Then we also have this one in CO2 Gingercrush, and this one is actually quite a bright orange, which I think is really fun, especially for a brand like Catrice. Like, you're not playing it too safe with these colors. I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy it if you like a warm blush. This is looking really nice. And then we also have these Catrice blush drops in CO3 Chestnuts Roasting, and this is more of a warm brown, kind of like terracotta, could be a bronzer type of shade. This is also looking really nice, also for deeper skin tones. All right, I zoomed you in a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can get my hair out of my face without actually like ruining it too much. All right, I'm gonna start out with the shade Gingercrush. And I think I'm just gonna drop this on my hand and then work it from there. I think that's gonna be the easiest thing to do. I did get quite a blob of this on my hand. I'm gonna see if I can blend it out a little bit. That might be a little too much. Just gonna work a bit of that in my brush, and let's start applying. Of course, I am now not applying this on top of any other products. I am gonna see how I can do that, maybe with the third blush. This is very pigmented. Very pigmented. It feels very liquidy, but I would say like this is looking quite nice. Not like glittery. I'm taking a clean brush to blend out the edges. Like, you only need a little bit of this, okay? Ooh, I think this is looking really nice. It has a glow, but it's not, I would say, glittery. It is more kind of like a natural glow. So I wouldn't say that this is a type of blush that is really gonna like smooth over your skin or is really gonna like blur your skin, because it's so serumy, it's so thin, it doesn't have that blurring layer. But I do like the glow that this has. I do think it's a pretty shade. Yeah, so this was CO2 Gingercrush, and I do feel like it's drying down pretty quickly. You only need like 1 drop. Like, I still have a lot on my hand, like 1 drop per cheek. Yeah, this is drying down completely. Let's do CO3 Chestnut Roasting. I clean off my hand and I'm just gonna try to do the same technique, but I'm gonna try to take a little bit less, and I'm gonna shake it really well. I do feel like these blushes you can use for quite some time. Like, they're gonna last you a while because 1 drop goes really far. Okay, so now I really have 1 drop, but I am gonna like spread that out a little bit just so I can more easily pick that up with the brush. And I'm gonna use a different clean brush before it dries down. Ooh, that is a really nice shade actually. I thought it might be a little bit too brown, but that actually has a really nice rosy undertone. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. Ooh, I like that shade a lot. I thought that maybe it was not gonna be for me, but I think that's really pretty. I'm gonna try and build it up a little bit, but you have to be fast when you're working from your hand because this is really like a dry down formula. I also don't think that this is that type of cream cheek formula that's gonna be like greasy or that is gonna like move throughout the day, that it's not gonna like stay on your face. Yeah, it's drying down really quickly. So you can really see my imperfections still through it. So it's really not that type of blush. Like, if you know me, you know I do like that type of blush. But I think these are really cute. I think the third one we can try with maybe a little bit of bronzer underneath it. But I feel like maybe a powder bronzer first wouldn't really work with this because, I don't know, it's so liquidy. I'm kind of like, is it gonna pick it up? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna apply a little bit of concealer and a little bit of bronzer just to see how that works. Like, we need the information. And I always remove in between cheek products when I do cheek swatches with my day cream. So it's taking it off, but it's not like removing too much like my natural oils because I do have really dry skin, so I have to like think about it. Okay, I applied a little bit of the Nala Skin Bronzing because it's kind of like in between a powder and a cream. Like, it's not really a cream, but it's not as powdery as some powder bronzers. And we're gonna try the blush drops in Merry Mauve. I think these are gonna be my favorite. I do love pinky cheeks. A little shake and one drop. This color is just looking so good. Okay, working that into the brush. And let's see if this works together with what I have on right now. I don't think I would recommend with these types of products in general to apply a lot of products before. That is looking really cute. I quite like it. I also like that it's like glowy, but it's not too shimmery. It's not too much. It is just like, it is healthy. It's just like this healthy natural glow. I also feel like this would be a really nice base for other products. But yeah, you have to like this kind of product. Like, it's a natural look. It's not gonna be for everyone. Okay, I think it's time to move on to the palette. And I want to try the blush from the palette and then the highlighter from the palette. I think this blush is gonna match enough to not have it look like super weird. I'm gonna grab a brush and I'm just taking a little bit of that. I think this blush is gonna be pretty glowy and pretty buildable. Like, that is a tiny layer. A little bit of it. I think it's looking good. I usually am not the biggest fan of eye and cheek palettes, and I'm also not the biggest fan of powder products being in with cream products because the powder can fall into the blush. So is it my preferred palette, type of palette? Maybe not, but I do think it swatched pretty nicely. It was looking pretty good. And yeah, this blush is looking really nice. This has a little bit more of a firmness to it. Like, it is a cream blush. It is creamy, but it has a little bit more of a firmness to it. And because of that and the way pigment is dispersed in more firmer cream products, this looks a little bit more blurry. Like, this looks a little bit more like, it's not emphasizing my imperfections, but they are more, like, they are there. They are definitely there. And this is just a little bit more smooth. This has a little bit of a glow. This definitely has a little bit more of that glowy pigment, a little bit of like shimmery mica in it. And this is more like, it's a serum blush, and that is why it's looking so glowy. So this is not shimmery looking, but it's definitely kind of like a blush lighter situation almost. I do really like how this is looking. That looks really nice. And then I think it is time to go into the highlighter in this palette. I think I'm just gonna tap that on my face with my finger. So I just took a little bit on my finger, just gonna tap that on both sides. Ooh, that is quite a nice champagne highlighter. I do like the way that's looking. That is adding quite a nice glow. Also gonna add that over here. I do like how that blends in with the blush from this palette. And I can just pretty easily tap that in. This is not a super like Vaseline formula. It is a little bit more like substantial, a little bit more firm, but I do like that. I feel like that is pretty easy to work with. So this is the cheek with just the cheek products from the palette, and this is the serum blush with that highlighter. I do really, really like this cheek. Alright, I went straight into this palette, went straight into those cheek products, but I haven't even talked about this palette. Like, what's happening here. So we have that velvet packaging that we also saw in the advent calendar by Catrice. I really love the packaging of this. I really love the style. It's really like that Great Gatsby vibe, really fun. Then inside, as I said, we have cheek products and eye products. We have 6 eyeshadows and 2 cheek products. I do think that the layout of this is looking pretty cute. I like how everything is matching. I do like how they chose the eyeshadows. I feel like the eye look of this makes a lot of sense. And we have some different like formulas in here. So I'm excited to do an eye look with this. Like this one, for example, looked really shimmery. This lighter pink one, but then this purple looked a little bit more satin. So I'm gonna put on some eye primer and then we can try out the eyeshadows as well. Eye primer is on and I am just gonna start out this look with this shade over here. It's kind of like this rosy brown mid-tone shade. And this one picks up quite a bit. It's quite powdery. A little bit of a warmer shade in the palette. Ooh, that is going on quite well. Like that is kind of like blending itself. Really nice. Great start. But yeah, it's pretty powdery. So I'm gonna try to not get too much eyeshadow in those cream products, but I think it's gonna be difficult. But yeah, it's Catrice. I wouldn't expect from them to have this separate lid or anything like that. And now I'm gonna go into this shade to deepen up the outer corner. Let's see how these build on top of each other, if this is pigmented. It's really gonna give us some depth. I feel like it's pretty buildable. Like it's not super pigmented, but it's blending out. And sometimes it's fine if you have to build something up a little bit because it can make it easier to use. Like it's still looking pretty good. We still are getting the purple. Gonna blend out the edges a little bit with the residue from the first brush. And now I think I wanna go into the purple satin and I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. It's looking quite nice, like quite a nice shade. Yeah, it's soft in its glow, but it's a nice color. I do like it. It does have a pigment. It's a satin. But satins also have a right to exist. Like it's a nice satin. It's a good satin. I like the color a lot. I'm gonna take a little bit of that satin on my brush. I'm just gonna blend it into the crease a little bit. Is that working? I feel like that got a little muddy. Maybe that wasn't my best idea. I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. I think that works way better. I'm just gonna blend it a little bit with my finger. Going back to blend. Yeah, I did ruin this side a little bit with that satin on the brush. No, it's a no. Then I'm gonna grab this shimmery pink. Gonna grab that on a finger. And applying that towards the inner part. That is a really nice pink shimmer, really pretty. That is the type of shimmer that I want in my life. It's really, really nice. Just gonna apply it kind of like all over. I'm gonna apply this shade in a corner. I don't know if it's light enough, but we're just gonna try it. Don't think it's gonna be light enough. I think it's kind of working, but it's not like a super light pastel pink. Yeah, I don't think that's light enough, but we don't really have anything else for an inner corner highlight except for the face highlight. There's already so much powder in there. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and stamp that right over there. Hard to do with long nails. Just blending that out a little. I think that's pretty cute. Alright, we've used all shades except this shimmer over here. For the lower lash line, I think I'm just gonna apply this one and then this one on top. So first the brown shade. Just adding a little bit of dimension. And you know what? I'm also gonna take a little bit of the darker, like purplish matte towards the outer part here. These mattes are pretty like powdery in the pan, but I don't feel like they are too powdery on the eyes. I feel like they're sticking really well. It's working really well. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that shimmer on a pencil brush and applying it right over here. That's just a nice kind of like standard creamy shimmer. I am really liking this eye look, but there's something we still have to try, something I just keep almost forgetting. This is the Catrice Metallic Eye Pencil, and this is in a very fun like greenish teal shade. It was very creamy when I swatched it, and I think I'm just gonna use it to do kind of like a smoky liner on the top. I think it's gonna be pretty easy to smoke out, so we're gonna just apply that right over here. This does have a little bit of a shine to it, and it's very pigmented. Just look at that. That looks really, really nice. Just gonna take a brush to smoke that out a little bit. I do really like that liner. The other liner in this line was a lighter kind of like champagne shade, and it looked good as well, but I thought I didn't really have a way to use it. So I just picked up this one. It's blending really nicely, and I do like the teal with the purple. Just adds a fun pop. This is gonna be the eye look. I'm gonna go off camera, finish up my brows and my mascara, and then we'll be back with the lip products. Alright, so this is the finished eye look. I think it came out pretty cute. I ruined it a little bit by trying to put that satin in the crease. Don't do that. We're gonna get into the lipsticks. We have two lipsticks in this collection. They have this very beautiful velvet packaging. They are color coordinated, which I do really like. These might get a little dirty, but these feel and look really nice. I feel like this packaging is absolutely amazing. So we have here shade. It only says the shade on the sticker that you have to take off to be able to open this. So what is this shade? I threw out this sticker. Alright, this is CO1 Merry Kissmas. So this is a light pink glowy lipstick. Pretty cool toned. This is looking really nice. I like this packaging so much more than the packaging that Catrice did last year. The packaging of last year, it really irked me that it was just so hard to turn. And then we also have CO2 Kissberry, which is a berry shade, also glowy. Swatches of these looked really nice, and just the packaging alone is giving me all the Christmas vibes, getting me really exciting. Alright, let's apply the pink one on the lips first. Can't wait to see if this is gonna look good. It's like semi-pigmented. It does have some pigment, but it's still like on the sheerer side. Very cool tone. Very kind of like Barbie-esque cool tone. This is a shade I will like with the right lip liner. It's quite a thin lip formula. Like, it's not super thick, it's not super hydrating, but it does feel comfortable on the lips. It does feel nice. I like the formula. It looks good. I feel like it's looking nice on the lips. It has a bit of a glow to it, but it doesn't feel slippery. It doesn't feel slidey. It's also not like a gloss in the stick. It's more of a creamy lipstick. It has a little bit of a sheerness to it as well. Yeah, I'm quite liking this one. So this was CO1, and then it's time for CO2, the berry shade. And this is looking so nice. Really like this toned down muted berry. Ooh, nice pigment. But also still has something slightly sheer to it. I do like this color. This is looking really nice. I really like this one. I think this might be my favorite. I feel like this looks the most smooth on the lips. It looks the best. I think this one is really nice. I think it's a festive shade. Now the question is if this is gonna like smear a little bit. It's gonna get on my teeth. Things like that, but I'm gonna film my Buy or Skip video after this, so then we will see where this goes. I'm gonna add a little bit of lip liner, and then we can talk about my first impression thoughts. So this is gonna be the finished look, and I feel pretty festive. I think this is looking pretty cute. Overall am pretty excited about this collection. I feel like the eye and cheek palette worked well enough. Like, the cheek products are looking really nice. I love the glow. The eyeshadow I feel like came out really nice. I feel like overall it worked well, but I do have to play with it a little bit more also because I feel like I ruined it a little bit here with trying to like play around a little bit with that satin. So didn't go like 100% my way, but I think like it swatched well. The colors are nice. They make sense together. And yeah, this eye is looking good. It's looking good. The serum blushes I think are really cute. I think they're fun, a fun type of product to play with. They are a full dry down formula, so I think that is gonna be appealing to a lot of people. I like the colors that we have in that and the serum like glow. I'm definitely excited to play around with those more. The eyeliner is super creamy, very pigmented. I love the glow of that and love the packaging of that eyeliner, but the packaging overall in this collection is on point, really nice. I love the vibes of this collection. And then of course the lipsticks. I think the lipsticks are quite nice. Like, they are creamy, they are smooth, they feel nice. Not too thick, not too thin. I feel like especially the berry one is just really, really beautiful. I think this is my favorite. I think overall this collection is just very nice and very festive. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye!